Refresh. Refresh. Hello. Hello? Are people here? Is it working? Is it working? I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. Hey, Jared. I don't know what's going on today. I'm not a fox. Oh, I am live. Sorry, I just got a nice message from Kotaru. He says one of the nearby a furniture place is going out of out of stock. I mean, it's going out of business, so you can buy furniture stuffs for cheap. Oh yeah, we gotta go there. Hold on, let me. Hey guys! Oh, y'all are cheating! Y'all are cheating! An ad break? This sucks. This sucks because we restarted stream. The ad break restarts itself. I didn't know it was going to do that. Not only can y'all do extra check-ins, but we're gonna get an ad break all over again. Like we didn't just have one like 10 minutes ago. Oh yeah, I'm sure you did complete your card. I'm sure you did. You can get a compliment after the ad break. That's apparently going to happen. I think so. I unplugged my capture card. I think that's what's causing problems because yesterday I had my capture card that I was using to play the game was causing a lot of like crashing. So I unplugged it and hopefully that's better. Y'all are cheaters. Y'all are some cheaters. I eat cheaters for dinner. Be right back, y'all. We're gonna have a 3-minute ad break, bro. This sucks. I'm sorry. I hope that scared you. I hope that scared you. Jump scare until Cyan comes back. Hey y'all. Hopefully we can exist this time around. I don't know what happened the first time. I'm going to assume it's because of my capture card, which was having a stroke yesterday. So I unplugged it and we should be okay. Probably, maybe. Right. Welcome back. Thank you. I think my stream got mad at me for being too mushy. It was like, dang, Cyan is pouring her heart out to her chat right now. She's thanking them and giving them her backstory of why she started streaming. Nah, that's too mushy. Let's just close that, bro. Gross. The same problem you had. It could be the first thing that crashed was Shooshed. It's probably that software. Shooshed, if you don't know, is a software that many VTubers use, especially just chatting streamers. It makes your model match the background a bit more. It's how I have the lighting effect on my hair and stuff. It changes like the color and like the filters over like the background and you, so that you blend in more. Yeah. That was the first thing that crashed. So it could, if that's the case, if other VTubers are having that problem, it probably came from that software. Pretty much any streamer, at least any VTuber that like deems themselves as just chatting VTubers, have that, like, use this software. So can I drink that? No, you can't. You can't drink that. You can't. But anyways, before I got rudely interrupted, I was saying thank you guys. I appreciate you guys always coming to my streams and being there to support me and whatnot. Because, you know, when I first started streaming, I was having a very hard time. I was having a very hard time in the beginning, but now as I have grown in my VTuber self, into my true VTuber self, things have been pretty good and I really enjoy it. Fun fact, this is the only hobby I've ever stuck with. Usually for any other hobby, I'll start up like the hobby for like 2 seconds and then I give up after that. It's how art goes. I go through like bursts of like, where I'm like, oh, I just want to draw so much. I just gotta do so much art. And then I stop. And then I'm like, oh man, I want to learn how to edit. I gotta do so much editing. And then I edit like a little bit of things and I stop and I get bored. But streaming something, I'm like, all right, y'all. Let me do this. Let me do this for my stream. Let me do that. Let me do this. Let me do that. All right, I'm pulling up on my stream. Okay, today. Okay, I can't stop streaming, you know. Glad I found this channel. I'm glad you're here. We love you. I love you guys too. You guys are so sweet. I'm glad you like my model too. Sadly, my model artist disappeared off the face of the earth. That's okay. That is perfectly fine. Why can't I drink the blue juice? Don't drink that. Does it say you can drink the juice? If not, then don't drink it. And don't drink it. What are you, crazy? What are you, a crazy person? Let me move my alerts over. They're in a weird spot. Let's move it over here in the top corner. There we go. Your name? Your name is not appropriate for my channel. Goodbye. Hey, Piggy! Hey! Can I drink? No, you can't drink glue. You can drink juice. You can drink Capri Suns. Okay, kids love Capri Suns. By the way, have y'all had a Capri Sun as an adult? Have you had a Capri Sun as an adult? Like, they're really bad. Like, when we were kids, like, most kids love Capri Suns. As an adult, I drank one I drink them every now and then because the kids have it, and when they have their birthday parties, they drink them. The Capri Suns taste so artificial to me that they don't taste like juice anymore. They taste like you're drinking plastic. Like, I don't, that's the best way I could explain it. But y'all say y'all like them, so I don't know. As an adult, I drank that thing and I was like, this is not a drink. I don't know what this is, but this is not a drink. The UK ones, maybe it'd be better in the UK since America puts a lot of stuff in their drinks. The first thing I hear is someone getting kicked out. Yeah, someone joined with a bad name. Bad name. Welcome to the Puppy Academy, Bucky. It's okay. I give the boot. I give the boot to a lot of people. You got bad names, you can't be here. Only good name people can be there. Hello! How are you? Oh, that doesn't say Boki. It says Bo Kid. Come, Bo Kid. Bo Kid. My name is the same on Twitch. Yeah, I can tell. That's good. Yeah, sub to my YouTubes. Okay, I need more people in YouTube. Ain't nobody be watching me on YouTube like that. I have like 2 people who come to my YouTube channels, and that's it. my YouTube be lacking. That's okay. You know, it's gonna take a long time to build up my YouTube. You know how long it took me to get like people to watch me on Twitch? It took me 4 years, and I've only been on YouTube for like I've only been on YouTube for what, like 4-5 months now. So nah. Yeah, good names only allowed. We are a 13 up community. If you join and your name is Sucky, you get the boot. You get the boot. It's funny because us mods were looking at like unban requests recently, in like our staff channel, and some people like were like begging to be unbanned. They were really upset that they were banned because of their name. And I'm like, you can't pop up. You can't come to a 13 and up like channel and have your name be something like inappropriate and expect to stick around. It doesn't work that way. Can I eat the silver tooth filling? No. How about you eat food? Coach Haru's at the place right now. He's getting us breakfast food. He used my card. He said, I'm going to go pick up breakfast food and you're paying. And he picked up my purse and he pulled out my credit card and he put the card in. He said, now I'm going to go get our food. And I was like, okay, fine. Sure. Go. Sure, you can use my card to go get us some food. It's funny because he'd be like, you paying, we getting married. All right, I'm gonna be married to him next month. Now it's gonna be we paying. I can't wait for that. We're gonna combine our finances and he ain't gonna know what to do. He can't take my card no more to go buy food. Currently remaking a Pokemon region I made a while back. Oh, that's cool. That sounds fun. That sounds really fun. I hope you get very far in it. Congrats, thank you. Hey, Blitzy. Hey. Breakfast food? Yippee! Yeah, we're trying a new breakfast place. Well, it's not new. It's a place I haven't been to in a while. Let me see. Let me see how popular this place is before I start naming stuff. You know, you gotta be careful with like restaurants and stuff that you gotta be careful with restaurants and stuff you be naming on stream. Every now and then I name like a restaurant that I think it's everywhere, and I find out it's only like 2 or 3 different states or something. I'm like, ooh. I'll name a store or something that I was like, oh yeah, I was shopping at this place, and then Kotaro will be like, after the stream, be like, you can't say that. That store only exists in 2 states. Okay, now they know you live in one. I'm like, oh dang, I'm sorry, I ain't know. Hey Julie, I know that. Okay. This one is as popular as I think it is. It is literally in every state. That I thought it was popular, but I wasn't sure. I had to double check. Cracker Barrel. It is in every state in America, actually, all 50. Who knew? It's everywhere. Yeah, Cracker Barrel. I haven't eaten Cracker Barrel before. Well, it's not true. I went one time with my mom. I went one time with my mother, and I went one time with my mother, and the food was okay. I don't remember it being great. I don't remember it being bad. I remember it being okay. Cracker Barrel is really funny though. I guess I can't talk about that too much, but as an African American, there are a lot of funny jokes about Cracker Barrel out there. Is the best way I can put it. This is the best way I would put it. I won't go into depth, but you can look it up yourself. It's really funny. I remember I came across a bunch of those like posts about it like a year or 2 ago, and I was dying of laughing for like a whole day. It was so good. It's so good. That's all I'm gonna say though. That's all I'm gonna say on the topic. I have been to Cracker Barrel once in recent years and it was good. Sadly, I don't have one in my area. Oh, I live in a bigger city. I got everything in my area. Fun dental fact, the silver filling is called an amalgam and it has mercury, tin, silver, copper, and zinc. You know my issue with the dentist was, last time I went, they didn't tell me. So, you know, when you the dentist, you fill out like a little like information sheet. Oh, I'm stretching. I'm stretching. You fill out a little information sheet, and on that sheet, it asked you like really weird questions. I was like, why does the dentist need to know that I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety? Like, you know, like it had like a long list of like mental disorders and stuff. I usually don't check the like depression box anymore, even though I was diagnosed with it in 2017. At the same time, I got diagnosed with anxiety, but I haven't felt like that in years, so I don't usually check that box, even though technically it stays on your record forever. But I haven't felt like that in a while, so I don't check that box. But I was like, I wonder, why are they asking if I have like anxiety and depression and all this other stuff? I was like, that's so weird. Until it was time for them to fix my first ever cavity. So fun fact, because of COVID, I did not leave. You know, most of us didn't leave the house for a while. My parents took it to a longer degree. Most people were locked in their houses for like a year. My family locked themselves in the house for like 2 to 3 years. So I hadn't gone to the dentist in a long time. So fast forward like 3 years later, I finally go to the dentist and they told me that I had 8 cavities. Mind you, I had never had a cavity before in my life. I didn't have any cavities as a kid, didn't have any cavities as a teenager. I didn't even like, I had never had a singular cavity before. And then fast forward 3 years later, they told me I had 8. I had so many that I had to come during and 3 different like cavity removal sessions, because they can't numb your whole mouth at one time. They can only do one section at a time. So first I came and they did the top corner, and then they did the bottom corner, and they did the top left. I was so surprised. I was so terrified because I had never had a cavity before in my entire life. And then I pop up one day and they told me I had 8. Okay, 8. So, and this is in my early 20s. My first ever cavities in my early 20s, and I had 8 of them out of nowhere. So I was over here at the dentist's office like, man, why do they, and I haven't had a cavity since either. It was a really weird time. But I was like, why did they ask me about my anxiety and stuff? Welcome to Puppy Academy, Jay. Turns out, so the stuff that they inject your gums with to make it numb, it has adrenaline in it. It has, what's it called? Epinephrine? Is that what it is? It's got that stuff in it. They didn't tell me that. They didn't warn me about that. They had me sign this stupid paper to tell them that I had anxiety, just for them to not let me know that once they injected my gums with that, it would trigger my anxiety. I was in there thinking I was on the edge of having a panic attack. I was like, I was like trying to like reason with myself. I'm like, is it because I'm like so nervous because I've never had like a cavity before? Is it like, am I just nervous about these like dentist people being here? What's the problem? Like my heart rate was like going like super fast. Like I was breathing like super heavy. Like I was breathing super heavy. Like my brain was getting spacey. I literally felt like I was going to have a panic attack soon. And I mentioned it to the dentist. I was like, hey, I'm feeling like extremely anxious right now. Like extremely anxious. And I was like, I don't know what's wrong. Like I can't pinpoint why I'm feeling so bad right now. And they go, oh, do you have anxiety? I was like, yeah, I checked it on the paper. I do have anxiety. Oh, well, the numbing thing that we put in your mouth, it has adrenaline in it. So yeah, it's going to worsen your anxiety while you're here. I'm like, you couldn't have told me that before? I was over here on the edge of having a meltdown, thinking something was going wrong, thinking my body was falling apart. And girl, good. I was like, nah, why should I have to ask that? Y'all made me sign this stupid form telling y'all exactly what I have for y'all not to mention that. I was so stressed. I was so stressed out. I was. But now I know. Now I know for the future. But yeah, they literally inject you with adrenaline to numb your gums for a cavity. So yeah, guys, if you have anxiety and you need to have you need to get a cavity filled, brace yourself, okay? Just know it's coming. All right, brace yourself. So if you need an injection of anesthesia, request Carbocaine. Why? What's that one about? Does that not have adrenaline in it? Will that not make my anxiety go through the roof? Is that how that one works? Because oh my gosh, I was so nervous. I was so nervous. Moo! Woof woof! You know, one video that I play for my kids, I play Super Simple Songs, which is a YouTube channel that makes a bunch of like, you know, pretty standard kid songs. And you know, Old MacDonald had a farm plays, but before that one starts playing, it always makes this really long, like loud audio noise. Like it has every animal going, and it's so loud every time. And then it goes, Old MacDonald's had a farm. And I'm like, why did they start it off with the most loudest, ear-wrenching noise ever? Every time that song comes on in my like little kids like playlist I play in my classroom, it drives me insane. The kids don't seem to mind it. Although occasionally a kid would be like, oh, that's scared of me. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. It is a kind of a scary intro to a song, to a classic song. You know what's really weird for kids that like we never really notice about? Yes, I am a teacher. I'm a kindergarten teacher. You know what's really weird for kids that we don't talk enough about? A tootie tot. Y'all remember Tootie Tot? Y'all remember a tootie tot, a tootie tot, a tootie tot ta, a tootie tot, a tootie tot, a tootie tot ta. Y'all remember Tootie Tot? Y'all know that one? It's a cute little dance that the kids do. Y'all don't think that's weird? You don't? Yes, no, no, no. Okay, so if you don't know, the dance, it starts off like simple. It's like you start out. I don't remember the order of it, but basically you start out, it adds one move every time, right? So the first time you do it, maybe you're just like swinging left and right to the beat. And then the second time you do it, you're squatting down while you swing left and right to the beat. And then the third time, your knees go inward, right? Your knees go inward while you're crouching down. Then the fourth time, you close your eyes while you do it. And then the fifth time, you spin around. And then the sixth time, your tongue is out. So these kids are like squatting down with their knees going inwards, eyes are closed, and they're like tongues are out, and they're like spinning around, and like it's hard to do, but it's also kind of a gross dance to have like little kids do. They think it's hilarious, mind you. They think it's the funniest thing on the planet, right? It's really funny for them. It's really silly. But like as an adult, I'm like, who greenlit this dance? Who gave the thumbs up for this? Like, I don't know. It's just really weird. I don't know. I saw a music teacher having the kids walk in a circle doing the dance. It was like, yeah, it looks really weird. It looks really, really, really weird. Like, can you imagine someone like walking into your classroom with like no context, and you see all these kids with like their tongues out, like eyes closed, like squatting with their knees inward? Oh man. I think that I had like a playlist of like dance songs playing, and that one came on because I didn't like purposely put it there. That one came on, and bro, I was like, this is a weird dance. It's just a really weird one. It is very silly. It is silly. The kids think it's hilarious. I think it's the funniest thing though. Do the Monster Mash. I've heard of the Monster Mash. I don't know. It's using dental anesthesia so the blood vessels constrict, the numbing lasts longer for yeah, they put epinephrine in the gums. Yeah, I remember them telling me that because like anxiety was like so bad. My pre-K year, we used to do the math dance. What's the math dance? Also, I can't do algebra. I teach 5-year-olds. They don't do algebra yet. I could do the Monster Mash. What else? We did Tootie Tot's a big popular one. I'm thinking, I guess I don't really do too many dances. I myself don't dance. I will sing with my kids, but I'm kind of an introvert, so I don't really dance much. Okay, bye, Panda. So I guess we don't really do a lot of fun dances unless it's like a video to go with it. I'm not a dancer. I'll sing with them. I won't do the dances with them. And which is so funny because there's some like really extroverted kindergarten teachers out there who just be having the time of their lives. They be having the time of their lives. It's so funny because every now and then I'll have like a TA or like somebody have to like watch over my class for like a short duration while I have to go somewhere else in the building. And I'll open the door and come back and I'll see like the teacher on the carpet having a dance party with the kids. And I'm like, man, y'all living it up. I just don't. I get nervous. I get nervous because too many people walk in your classroom unprompted. I think if it was like a school where like not too many people come and interrupt you, I wouldn't mind doing that. But at my school, the amount of people who just let them into your classroom, they just waltz right on in, unlock your door, walk right on in, it's very high. So I get too nervous to do stuff like that. I'm be having a dance party with my kids, and then like admin's gonna walk in on me or something. It's gonna feel really awkward. Because of the arms to a math learning. Oh, you made plus minus. Oh, I heard about that. I think another one of our teachers was telling me about that. So, fun fact, at least in my area, they changed the curriculum for math for kindergarten. We actually don't teach plus, minus, and equal signs anymore. You teach the words and, take away, and then is. Like 2 and 2 is 4. They don't, for some reason, they don't want us teaching plus, minus, and equals. You just use words. 2 and 2 is 4. 2 take away 2 is 0. I teach plus and minus, but you have to like tack it on to the end of the lesson. Like, hey, 2 and 2 is 4. And then at the end of the lesson, hey guys, we have 10 extra minutes. Let me actually teach you like 2 plus 2 equals 4. So yeah, they don't, I don't know. Why? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Something about like the symbols are too hard for kids to comprehend is what they were saying. But I don't believe that. I genuinely don't. Maybe it's to help with the reading, because like you have to read like keywords. But that doesn't help with the reading either, because it'll piss me off, right? Because we will be doing 2 and 2 is 4, and that's how they have to write on their paper. That's how we read it together as a whole class. And then we'll do like a sight word reading test. They'll come across the word "and" after saying it and writing it and seeing it every single day for math for like 2 months straight, and then be like, I don't know what that word is. That makes me real mad. I feel like we need to bring the plus and minus back just so I don't get so angry. Cause that's a quick way to have me angry. I'd be like, ain't no way we been writing 2 and 2 is, and you don't know what the word and or the word is. And we've been writing it for 2 months. 2. Comprehend math pretty well. I assume it's for math word problems. Maybe. She just said you wouldn't always have a calculator with you, but they were wrong. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah. But times changed. Back in the day, you wouldn't always have a calculator with you. Now we got these phones. Now we have phones. You had a parade? That was fun. Now we have phones, so... Please spare yourself, never become a middle school. They're teaching middle school children. I always have wild stories from middle school. Yeah, I like kindergarten. I don't... And first grade, I could do first grade. I think above that, I don't really want to go above that. Hey, Benji, how are you? How are you? Artificial amateurs aren't at all amazing. Analytically, I assault, animate things. Broken barriers bounded by bomb-beat buildings are broken. Basically, I'm bombarding. I don't know what that means, but you know what? Yeah, these newfangled technology. Yeah, you know, back in my day, we ain't have all of that. Back in my day. Welcome to Puppy Academy, Benji. Oh, today is the day. Salt, black pepper, cyan pepper will be finished. Yeah! I was in school at the time the very first smartphones were coming out, so about like 2008 to 2022. Yeah. By the time I reached high school, everyone had some sort of smartphone. I didn't, because my parents were still like, hey, no, you don't need a phone. Until I like literally told them multiple times about how the teachers would be like, use your phone to do some research for this assignment. I'd be the only kid in class without a phone, so I literally could not do the activity. And I kept complaining to my parents about that. I was like, if you don't believe me, ask the teachers. Like, I was the only one without some sort of... I had a phone. It was a track phone that had like no access to like the internet at all. And I was like, I was like, Mom, I can't learn. I can't do my activities. And then they'd be like, oh, just look on someone else's. It's a phone. It's a really tiny rectangle. And back then the phones were smaller, right? It's not like the big phones we got now. All right, they were the little tiny rectangles. And I already got bad eyes as it is, right? Y'all know. I've talked about it. My eyesight is terrible. Talking about, look on the person next to you. You want me to read a tiny little phone to do an activity? I can't see that far. Anyways, yeah, so that's my thing. it's really interesting because technology is bad, but like the advancement of like AI and stuff like that is making kids dumber, but at the same time I don't think it's going away. I think we need to figure out a way to adapt to it, right? Because saying like, oh no, you can't use this, you can't use that technology is not going to solve the problem. I think we're at a point now where we just maybe have to start having classes that teach you about it. There's gotta, like, I know a lot of schools are starting to implement this now, where they're starting to have classes that teach about AI, and its usage and its ethical usage. My district, actually, I did a training 2 weeks ago on this. My school district in particular is starting it too as well. They're saying that they're trying to implement AI usage in schools, which I noticed this year because this year they were using AI generated images in lessons, and it looks terrible, but that's what they're doing. But they're starting to implement, like, they want us to use AI in schools now. They're just trying to figure out a way to do it to where it is ethical and it is educational. So yeah, I don't like AI. You know what? I don't either, but it's stuck with us. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going anywhere. I think when you have technology advancements like this, you just gotta figure out how to adapt to it instead of necessarily, like, because, like, I genuinely don't think it's going anywhere. I don't. New here, saw you on my algorithm. Well, hey friend. AI data centers are buying up all the RAM. Yeah, I know. So now everything costs $1 billion trillion. Yeah, I know. I heard about that. RAM prices are insane. You have, in your area, we have a neat use of AI. So what do y'all do with AI there? Are actually by I hope it goes backwards. See, I don't. Oh, bye, Rise. Yeah, I don't think AI is really going anywhere. We just gonna have to figure out what to do with it though. Yeah, because kids are getting kind of dumber. Low key, they are. I mean, kids can't read. Kids really can't read right now. Part of it is not just the kids' fault though. It's also the parents. I think by the time all of us right now are like older, like in our like 40s and 50s and stuff, I feel like by the time we're like that, the new adults, right, the new young adults are not going to be very well educated at this rate. Do y'all know how many people like just cannot read? Did y'all know that? Did y'all know like how many people just can't read? There's a lot of kids who can't read anymore, but that's also because we're not allowed to suspend kids. We're not allowed to suspend kids for bad behavior. So like if you have a bad behavior kid, oh well, they're just going to keep destroying your classroom every day. Kids also can't be held back anymore. The teachers don't really tell the public this because they don't want like kids to think, oh, haha, I don't have to do the work and they'll just push me on anyways. But you cannot hold a kid back more than one time. So a kid can get held back once. That's it. Once they get held back once, they can never get held back ever again. Doesn't matter how many times the teachers are threatening the child, saying, oh, but you're going to get held back. If they were already held back once, they cannot get held back again. They cannot get held back again. And in America, let me say in America. I mean, I can't speak for other countries, but they cannot get held back again. And that is part of the No Child Left Behind Act that was dropped in like early ESSA, which was the remodeling of it in the early 2000s. So at the topic you're talking about, kids these days are dumb. Yeah, I'm a kindergarten teacher, so I see it every day. I see it every day. So I don't necessarily see it as much in my own classroom because remember, since I am the kindergarten teacher, I am the foundation. However, I have been talking. I was a TA for a little bit before, and I was working with 4th and 5th graders and 3rd graders, and they could not read. I have TAs who come to my class, and they're always complaining about their like 5th and 4th grade groups because they can't read. He said they were saying that some of them don't even know the alphabet. Like they can't point to a letter and say like This is the letter A. A says, they can't do that. And I experienced that because before I became a teacher, I was a TA for 4 months. I was a teacher's assistant for 4 months only. And during that time, I was asked to help out in a lot of different places, a lot of different areas. One day I was pulled to help with testing. They were like, oh, for testing, all you gotta do just to help these kids get into the test and then just watch them to make sure they're not cheating. Okay, perfect. When I tell you I couldn't help some of the kids get into the test because in order for them to get in the test, they had to know their first and last name and how to spell it. When I tell you those kids could not get into the test because they didn't know their first or last name, and I did not have they didn't have a name tag, so I couldn't really help them there, and they didn't know their own name. They could not sit there and tell me what their name was. It wasn't even about spelling it. Some of the kids just can't tell you their last name. They don't even know what it is. So, of course they can't spell it. They don't even know what it is. I'm like, how did your parents allow you to get to 4th and 5th grade? I mean, you're like, what, 10 and 11? And you don't know what your full name is? And that happens a lot. Like, that's not like a once, like a 1 or 2 children who are just behind type of issue. No, that is a lot of kids. That is a lot of kids. That is a lot of kids. It's why I'm probably gonna make a TikTok about this topic, but it's why the first day of kindergarten is actually really difficult. So the first day of kindergarten is really stressful because buses run day 1. So what happens is parents put their kids on the bus. The kids have no tag or identification on their book bag, no notebook with their name on it, no folder with the name on it, just an empty book bag on the back, fresh new 5-year-old, and stick them on a bus. Kids get to the school, they get off the bus. Hey buddy, what's your name? Blank stares. What's your name? Blank stares. What's your name? Oh, my name is Pumpkin. Your name is not Pumpkin. What's your real name? That's what your mom called you. What is your name? My name is Pumpkin. Okay, well, let's walk you down the kindergarten hallway and see if any teacher recognizes you, because maybe you came to open house. Okay, so then they walk the kids down and they're like, hey teachers, does anyone recognize this kid? Did this kid come to open house? Did anyone recognize the kid? And we're like, no, I don't know that kid. No, I haven't seen that kid before. Nope, haven't seen him. Cool, now we have a child. We don't know their name. We don't know which class they belong in. And again, that's not like a one child thing. That's like multiple. The first day of kindergarten is terrible. It's literally just trying to figure out who these kids are and where they go. I applaud the staff members who end up figuring out who these kids are, because how do you do that? How do you figure out who these kids are when they have no identification? They don't know their own name. Insane. It happens a lot though. One kid last year, it took us a long time to figure out where he was from, because guess what? No identification on him, no names, no nothing. He did not speak our language. You don't know what language this boy spoke? Farsi. He spoke such a language that's not spoken here. Whoa, that's big food. Thanks. They only give one syrup bottle? Oh my god. Please don't make a mess in here. Thank you. Oh, okay, thank you. But Taro brought me food, guys. I mean, no, I'm probably gonna eat it. I'm not gonna eat it right now. I'm streaming! I eat it in a bit. My food's here. Anyways. But yeah, this boy gets off the bus with no name. We don't know his name. He's speaking to us in words that we ain't never heard before. Bro spoke Farsi. He spoke such a language that's not spoken here, that even Google Translate and most translators app does not have Farsi on it. You had to download a special app. But how were we supposed to figure that out, right? How do you know that this kid who's saying words you had never heard of before, how are you supposed to figure out what language he's speaking when even most translator apps don't? The only way we figured it out was because he did go to open house, so he did know which class he was supposed to be. Like, he saw the teacher, he walked into her classroom, he was crying and trying to tell her something because he knew he belonged there, but we couldn't figure out like what he was trying to say, right? So it took us a while, but since he was so confident that he was supposed to be in that room, and he didn't want to leave the room, like he knew he was supposed to be in there, like, okay, well, let's look at the roster. And they were looking at like the languages spoken, like, because, you know, in the system, parents put in like their primary language, and we were like, oh, maybe he's this boy, maybe he's the one who speaks Farsi. Yeah, that didn't last long, by the way. He transferred schools like the next week. So funny you said pumpkin, because my blue sky just showed me a Vulpix. Ming's Vulpix stream is on pumpkin. Oh, I used to name Pumpkin as a nickname because my mom used to call me Pumpkin. That was her nickname for me. I was Pumpkin. I got called a lot of nicknames growing up. I was Pumpkin by my mom. My mom called me Pumpkin like for a long time. My dad called me 627 because I was from Lilo and Stitch. That was Leroy and Stitch. Leroy was the evil one. He like, evil. My dad said I was evil, so I was 627. My brother was 626 or 625. I can't remember which one it was, but that was the one that eats a lot, the sandwich one from Lilo and Stitch. My parents also called me Bumpy for a little bit, and I think it was because whenever they would do my hair like super tight, I'd get like a ton of bumps. Like, my scalp was sensitive. So they would call me Bumpy. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, 625. Yeah, he was 625. I was 627. I also just called by my number sometimes. You know, the order in which we were born. I'm number 4. He'd be like, my dad'd be like, 1 and 2, come here. 3 and 4, get downstairs. So sometimes I'd be called number 4. I had a lot of nicknames. I'm trying to think of the other ones. When I got to college, I was called Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea. That was my crab name. When you're in a HBCU band, they give you a crab name. Crabbing is like your first year in the band. You gotta like earn your way. You gotta earn your like status in the band. You know. So like your first year, you're quote unquote crabbing, which means you gotta work harder than everyone else to get earned your status. And they give you a nickname. My nickname was Sweet Pea. They named me Sweet Pea because they thought it was ironic. They were like, you look at her and you think she's sweet, but she's not sweet. She's evil, is what they told me. And I was like, dang, y'all sound just like my dad. Telling me I look sweet, but I'm not. Y'all so silly. I don't know why everyone kept saying that. I thought I was pretty nice. I think it was because I was really negative though in that band. That's because those band people were really toxic. So I was really negative. Yeah, evil. I'm evil. What? I like your motto, by the way. Thanks for lurk though. I'm drawing something beautiful. Okay, have fun. Idiocracy, the movie, I swear, is a documentary. Listen, there's a lot of like bad like behind the scenes stuff that happens at a school. Like, sometimes you have to advocate for your students in really stupid, silly ways. Like like common sense things that you think with school would take care of, but they don't. Like, for example, I mentioned it a little bit yesterday, and I mentioned in the Discord. I was really mad about this, but this happened earlier this week. I had a kid. It was his birthday. It was this kiddo's birthday. His mom sent me a message in the morning on like, it was like Tuesday or something in the morning. And she was like, hey, I'm going to be dropping off some cupcakes later, just so you know. How many kids are in the class? And I was like, you know, one of the teachers are absent today, so I got their kids. So there's about like 21 kids today, right? So the parents like, okay, cool. I'll bring cupcakes for everyone then. And I was like, perfect. Fast forward, the day is over, right? The school day is over. I never saw any cupcakes, so I went home. I thought, you know, sometimes parents say they're going to do stuff and then they forget or they get sidetracked and then they'll do it the next day instead. You know, so I figured, you know, the mom probably Something got caught up in something and she couldn't do it, or she probably ended up bringing it the next day. So I go home. As soon as I get home, by the way, school is over now. The parent sent me a message and she said, "Hey, my son told me that you guys didn't get the cupcakes." She's like, "I didn't know that the front office wasn't going to notify you of that there was cupcakes dropped off." I was like, "Huh? You dropped off the cupcakes?" And she said, "Yeah." And I was like, "Around what time?" She was like, "Around like 12 or so." I was like, "You dropped off cupcakes at the school and they didn't tell nobody?" She was like, "I guess so." And I was like, "Oh my gosh." So then I told her, I said, "Quickly call the school. Maybe somebody's still there that can help you, because I'm at home, right? Like, the day's over." She called the school. No one answered. And we were like, "Okay, I guess the best we can do is try to figure out what happens tomorrow." You gotta be a mod for someone? Good job, Shanna. I'm proud of you. But I was like, yeah, I guess I'll figure out what happens tomorrow, right? So tomorrow comes, the next day. The parent calls to school in the morning, like as soon as like the school starts, she calls to school. She's like, "Hey, I dropped off cupcakes yesterday. What happened to them?" Yeah, those cupcakes stayed on the table in the front of the school all night long. It stayed there the entire night. I was like, no. And she was so, I was like, ain't no way these cupcakes got left at the front. So we had to throw away all cupcakes, every single one of them. So this lady literally brought she bought cupcakes in like packs of 6. So she bought 4 containers of cupcakes that each had 6 in them. I know that had to cost a lot for the entire class, just for them to all get thrown away. But what had happened was some other teacher who didn't work the front desk let them in. "Thank you for the donation to Best Friends Animal Society. Thank you. You know, for $10, you could feed a doggo. That's a lot. Thank you. I appreciate it, Sammy." But yeah, they threw away all the cupcakes, y'all. Can you believe it? Imagine buying cupcakes for your kid's birthday party, and then the school leaves them at the table overnight, and then you have to throw them away. I had to break the bad news because the front office person didn't want to do it. He was like, "I don't want them to get mad at me." And I was like, okay. Well, there's a lot happening right now. Someone finished the check-in. Another person. Oh. Thanks for the gifted sub. I didn't know that happened. So apparently when you gift a sub to somebody, you get an extra check-in. I didn't know it did that. So Sammy, you completed your check-in. What do you want for your free redeem? I had no idea that happened. Where's my compliment? Oh, I got you. Hold on. Let me think. You know, I try to be very specific, but y'all people who redeem compliments all the time makes it a little harder. Let me think. I gotta get something specific. I feel like I've given y'all the compliments I was trying to give. Oh, I know. I like your OC. I think your OC is really cute. The one that you have as your profile pic, and the one that you had me draw those sketchy sketch up. I like it. I think it's really pretty, and you made a really good design. Yeah, you made a really good design. It's very pretty. It's very unique. Me likey. Me likey. Me likey. I need some assurance on this day. Sammy, I think you're such a sweet and kind person. Did you know that? You're such a sweet and kind person. If you're willing to donate money to literally any charity too, that's cherry on the top, man. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate all you've been doing for my channel, friend. I do. You were already on my wall at the end, the student sponsors list, because you already donated 25 to the thing, and then you added 10 more. You're so kind. You're helping animals everywhere. Be the best they can be, and that's a good thing, yeah. Man, I don't remember what I was talking about anymore. I was going on a long spiel about school stuff. a long spiel about getting school. So, oh, also I decided to, did I tell you I decided to like buy stuff? I decided to treat myself and buy some stuff on my own throne wish list from my classroom. You know, partly I make my throne wish list for anybody who wants to support my classroom, but I also make it for myself to like look at the things that I need, to like really sit down and figure out, okay, what can I actually use in my room? So now I'm using it as my own wish list, so that like, whenever I get money, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy this here. Okay, I'm my money, I'm gonna buy that there. I might do that there. Yeah, I was talking about cupcakes. Yeah, they got thrown away. Oh yeah. So what happened was some lady who didn't work at the front office, right? She let them in. So it was probably a teacher who maybe saw like a parent standing outside for a long time, because apparently there was no one at the front at the time, which is his own problem. There's always supposed to be somebody at the front all the time. But it just, so some other lady let them in, and so the other lady who let them in did not notify the front office that they dropped off the cupcakes, and they didn't tell me either. So nobody knew it was there. Nobody knew it was there. We're getting a lot of bad name people today. I don't know what's going on. I feel like people see the word like 13 up in the bio and they're like, yeah, that's the stream. I spent $3K on myself for Christmas because I didn't buy myself anything at all myself. Listen, I was thinking about doing that. I mean, I bought a lot of things for myself, don't get me wrong. I mean, I did an entire rebrand as Teacher Dog. Y'all know how much money this costs? Like, just to rebrand itself was like $600, $700, all right? I spent a lot on this rebrand. And I bought a wedding dress last weekend. I bought a wedding ring the weekend before that. I've been buying a lot of expensive. The month before that, I bought a new set of tires for my car because my tires were really bad. I mean, the air was going out of. It got to the point where my tires, like, air was like super low really quickly. Like, I'd have to put air in my tires like every like 2-3 weeks for the air to stay put. And I was like, you know what? These things are run down and the air won't stay in any new one. Like, I've been spending thousands of dollars each month and it's so bad. It's so bad. But you know what? I'm going to spoil myself for Christmas anyways. Yeah, I've spent $1,000 to $2,000 to $3,000 every single month since August. But you know what? Your girl's gotta live a little, okay? I gotta live a little. It's funny because I bought a wedding dress, right? Because I am getting married. I'm getting married very soon. Hey, Daniel, I'm getting married very, very soon. So I bought myself a wedding dress, but I actually found out that the way like courthouse marriages work, because the plan is, because I don't want like a big wedding. I don't like being the center of attention. So the plan is to get like a small courthouse wedding and then have like a big family gathering afterwards to celebrate, like a few weeks afterwards to celebrate. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna wear my wedding dress to the courthouse. And then I looked it up and I found out that like courthouse weddings are like nothings. Like, yes, you have a 20-minute slot, but at least in my specific area, sometimes they don't even take you to a separate room. Sometimes you just like say I do and then sign the paper in front of like in like the office itself. And other times, depending on the day, they'll like send you to another room. So I was like, well, we're just going to go in there and then hear a speech and then say I do. Then I am not going to put then I'm not going to wear my big old wedding dress. So I'm saving my wedding dress for the family gathering. For the actual like day we get married at the courthouse itself, I'm going to wear like a smaller, just the smaller colorful dress. Also, like, you had to park in like parking garages and stuff, or like a parking lot like farther away from the building, and my dress touches the floor. I am not having my white dress drag across that like dirty floor just to say I do after a 1-minute speech and then sign a paper, you know. Here's how to check your tread wear. Take a penny out on the tread with Lincoln's head upside down if the tread is below your head if your tires are worn. Oh, I know. Kotaru. Kotaru is a car guy. He knows that. He knows that one. Thanks, Daniel. Appreciate it. I don't think it wasn't my tread that was bad because I don't drive my car often. My car does not get like My car is a 2008 car, but it is not driven often. It has a really small amount of miles on it, considering it's like a almost 2-decade old car. Like, it doesn't have many miles on it at all. So the tread was fine, right? The tread on it is fine. It wasn't the tread. It was the what's the word? What's the name for it? When there's like little scratches like all over the... It's dry rotting. That's what it was. My tires were dry rotting and they weren't holding any air. Hi, Night. My tires were dry rotting and they weren't holding air, which is why I had to buy an entirely new set of tires. Oh, my voice gave up. A new set of tires. We're drier than they were leaking. Yeah, that's what that... Yeah. I had to buy... Yeah, that's why I had to buy new tires. It was so bad. Okay, I will hydrate. Yeah, I don't... My voice is like giving up on me. Those pigtails are a great way to wear it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It seems that people prefer the pigtails with this outfit, which I guess it makes sense. It matches like the kindergarten teacher aesthetic, right? Which is what I'm going for, so... I've only ever worn... Off stream, I've only ever worn like pigtails only a few times. I usually keep my hair straight, you know what I mean? That's concerning if you were driving on those. Oh yeah, I drove on those for a long time. When I got those new tires, I was like, whoa, the road feels so different, bro. I'd be driving and my car would be like, every, like if my car be vibrating, I could feel every tiny little dip in the road. Like, then I got new tires and I was like, wait a second. It's not supposed to feel like that? Huh? I just realized I never said hi, so hi. Hey, Leo! You'd be surprised my farm truck still has a tire from 1993 that's still holding air. That's crazy. Mine was not. Saw Zootopia 2? Ooh, I've been wanting to watch that movie. I haven't. I might wait until it comes out of the movie theater, though. I don't know if I'm willing to pay movie theater price these days. Also, like, movie theaters aren't as cool anymore. It used to be like a, you know, you can watch it on the big screen with like the good speaker quality and stuff. But now, like, you can just have a large TV in your house and it doesn't cost like too much anymore. You know, it used to cost $1 million trillion for a big TV. Now it can cost like a few hundred maybe. Like, and I spent like a few thousand on some tires, you know what I mean? A few hundred ain't it's cheaper than tires. So, I got my own at-home setup for movies, you know? All I'm missing is maybe like a side speaker or two for that surround sound experience. My parents had that when they were here. They had side speakers for surround sound. No spoilers, but the end of the closing credits hosts a nice surprise. Oh, that sounds sweet. That sounds good. It's out for me on Disney. It's on Disney Plus, is it? Oh, I haven't checked. I thought it was still in there. Hey, Ruby. Hey. I thought it was still in the movie. I mean, I know it is in the movies, but sometimes it can be both in the movies and online, so... We'll see. I'll have to ask my parents if I can use a Disney Plus account. If I can use their Disney Plus account just for a little bit. I'm doing well. It's very nice to meet you. Jerry question, am I safe here from cats? Yes, I am not a dog. I mean, I'm not a cat. I am a dog. I do not chase mice, okay? I am not a cat. I know people think I'm a cat because I got like the 2 bows under my ear and people think of 2 bows, they think of cats. I am not a cat though, I am a dog. Come out yesterday? Did it come out yesterday? I feel like it came out sooner than that. At least I've been seeing clips of it sooner. When did Zootopia 2 come out? November 26th. Yeah, it's been out for a while now. I figured. Unless it just got on Disney Plus yesterday. That's what you're saying. It might have, unless you're saying it dropped on Disney Plus yesterday. I've been seeing a lot of clips of it. That's why I was like, you know. You thought I was an elephant? Oh my god, are you calling me fat? I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I'm not fat. I'm dog size. She chases the cats? Yeah, I bark at them. I go ruff, and then they run away. Ruff, 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 ruff. Welcome to Puppy Academy, Jerry. I hope you enjoy your stay here. I don't keep up with movies that well. I must be thinking of the Five Nights at Freddy movie. Oh, they making movies of that? They still doing that? I don't know anything about Five Nights at Freddy. Other than that, it has created some really cringe memes. That's all I know. Bum, bum, bum. I would recommend going to an old school drive-in movie theater. Very fun. don't know if that exists around here. I think there's like 1 or 2 places that do that, but they never had good movies. Like, I've seen the concept of drive-through, like drive-in movies, but they've always been like movies that nobody cares about and no one watches, like that I've never even heard of, you know. Coming for the Mario Galaxy movie, I'm sure it's going to be like okay. I'm not like expecting it to be like something huge or anything. I think it'll be okay. I've never been so angry but never so proud of my older niece when she used an adult word in the right sentence and I was playing Doom Maternal when she did it. Oh. You know, sometimes my students say like really bad words in kindergarten. A lot of times, sometimes it's a language barrier, so they don't know what it means. I have a lot of kids, about half the kids in my class speak Spanish exclusively, so they don't know what I'm saying half the time, which means they hear curse words from others and they don't know what it means, right? They don't know how to use it. They don't speak the language. So I have to like sit there and be like, please don't say that. I know you don't speak English at home or here really, but it's not a good word. It's not a good word. And I'll have another student like come to translate. I'd be like, hey, you, tell her that is not a good word and she shouldn't say that anymore. But anyways, guys, there's gonna be a 3-minute ad break during that time. I'm gonna put in the be right back screen, get a sip of water, eat a little bit of my food, honestly, like Kotaro brought me, and go to the bathroom, and I'll be right back, y'all. 3 minutes. Hey, it's Cyanica. Get it? That's a Fat Albert reference. You know, hey, it's Fat Albert. You know the one? I hope y'all know the one. I don't know how old y'all be. Some of y'all be too young to understand stuff like that. You know, back in my day, we had cool shows like Fat Albert. Hey. Welcome to the Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? You know, I'm a dude. He's a dude. She's a dude. And we're all dudes. Hey, I'm a dude. He is a dude. She's a dude. You know, yeah. What y'all know about that? What y'all know about that? Y'all too young to know about that. What you know about that? Huh? Y'all, I've been saying it in the Discord. I really want to do a song cover. I really want to do a Christmas song cover. We're running out of time. If I do a song cover, I don't have enough time. It's already the 6th of December, and it would be I only got 20 days. But we're having a concert. By the way, I'm hosting a VTuber concert on the 20th. Be there at 10 p.m. Eastern time. We have a lot of different singers coming. We got a lot of different VTuber groups. We got a lot of different individual singers. They all sound really nice, by the way. Everyone has their submissions in already. So now it's up to me to make the concert look good. Hopefully it doesn't crash. I'll make sure my capture card isn't plugged into my PC so it won't crash like today. That would be really awkward. Nobody heard her except me, so I had to close the door and talk to her and say, that's grown up word. You can't use grown up words. You're cheering me on, but that was not the right word to use. Oh, that's a good talk to have too. Some parents be like, why you say that word? Come here, let me get the belt. That's how my parents were. They're like, you can't say that. You can't say that. You can't say that. What my dad used to do, right, is he would say a curse word, right? And then I say the not curse word version of that. So like he would say like, I don't know, the A word, and then I say but, and then he said the A word, and then I say but, and then we go back and forth of him saying the curse word and me saying the non-curse word, until I would slip up and I would accidentally say the curse word, right? And then he would go, ooh, I can't believe you said that. Ooh, you're not supposed to do that. And I would start crying. That was hilarious every time. I don't know why I kept playing along. Why I kept doing that. Every single time I would go back and say the non-curse word version just to slip up every time and get called out every time. Oh my god, my dad thought it was hilarious. I was getting trolled since I was a young age, y'all. A young age. Like a 5-year-old. Yeah, I was getting trolled. I was getting trolled at the young age of like 3. Like stuff like that happened a lot. My dad is such a troll. You know, like thinking back on it, you know, everything's so serious to you when you're a kid. But my dad was always telling me about all this time. Thanks for the bitty bits, friend. Who's this chocolate princess? My name is Cyan. Yeah, I'm a chocolate dog. Don't take a bite though. I'm not real chocolate. I'm just chocolate colored, yeah. Oh my gosh, you remind me of that person who came to my stream and called me a beautiful chocolate gato chocolate, and then he left and I never saw him again. I thought it was so funny. That happened like years ago. I was like, oh my gosh. Ended up in streamer court yesterday, but it was for a game, and instead of me trying to plead my innocence, I said nope, I choose chaos. Yes, always choose chaos. Sending hugs. I love hugs. I love hugs. I am Cyan, the chocolate dog. You know, I follow this content creator on Instagram. His name is Patrick, and Patrick lives in Japan, and he teaches English to Japanese students, and he is African American like me. He's black, and since he teaches kindergarten in like a country where, like, you know, pretty much everyone there like looks the same, you know, they don't America's a melting pot, you know, you get all these different cultures and all these different like backgrounds and stuff, you know. In China it's more like homogenous. So hey Zach, how are you? So he's always telling stories about how the kiddos are always talking about how his skin is chocolate and how and some of the kids, when they first meet him, they try to bite his arm because they think he's made of like real chocolate, and he has to explain to them, no, I'm not made of chocolate. No, I'm not made of chocolate. I'm not a chocolate man. My skin is just brown. And I think that I'm like, that's silly. If you don't mind the creator's name, his Instagram handle is like the paper patch. I think his Instagram's handle is the paper patch. His name's Patrick. He's a kindergarten teacher in Japan, and he makes a lot of like posts about it and stuff. And it's really interesting. It's really interesting to watch and like hear his perspective, you know. And I got banned from Reynolds Jr. chat for no reason at all. All I said was my neck hurts and hello. Oh, that was too positive for them. They didn't like that. I took my huskies for a walk. Oh, did they enjoy their walk? They had fun. I can't wait until I can take my dog for a walk. She's on crate rest for 2 months. So she goes in the crate, she comes out to eat her food, go to the bathroom, and goes back to her crate because she's having one heartworm treatment and not able to have any physical activity, and she can't handle being in the house, like just roaming around the house normally. So it's the whole thing. It sucks for her, but soon she'll be free. Soon she will be free. She's like a month and a half into treatment, only a half of a month left to go before she can go back to, you know, her walks and being in the backyard and having all this free roam and stuff. If you don't mind that I mentioned the creative stream that I was on yesterday, oh, I don't mind. I don't really have the rule that you can't mention other streamers in chat. I don't care. Welcome to Puppy Academy, Endless Seth. Yeah, I don't have that rule in my channel. I never really understood the purpose of that rule. I mean, I guess I can kind of understand it. I know some people like get upset if like you start talking about, oh, like that you're watching other people's streams or that you like came from someone else's stream. It makes them feel like bad. It makes them feel bad that like, you know, you're watching other people and stuff, but like I ain't possessive, bro. I don't care. Go watch your other streamer. Go tell me about your other streamers. Hyperactive as usual, but good they got some walkies. I'm also hyperactive. Yippee! Yeah! I appreciate you being respectful, Jerry. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Y'all know my last stream got copyrighted on YouTube. Not like the Kirby Air Rider stream yesterday, but like the stream before that I did on YouTube, which was the just chatting stream. It got copyrighted. You know why? Because I showed off my MuseScore scores. So on MuseScore, I transcribe music. So I find a song that I really like and I try to like replicate it using like a music software. I try my best to make it sound from scratch, to make it sound like the song that I'm trying to do. And it's so flattering to get copyrighted for that, because that means that the score that I wrote, right, that I started from scratch, the score that I wrote was so close to the original that I got copyrighted for using that song on stream. And I was like, oh man, that's good. That means that the AI part that, you know, that checks all that stuff thinks that my score was the real one. Which is good, because when you're transcribing something, you're really just trying to recreate it. You're not trying to steal it or anything. You're just trying to see if you can make it too, so that you can learn from it. You know, you learn all the cool instruments and stuff from it. It's a learning thing, you know. It's a learning thing. It's like how a lot of artists start off by like tracing stuff before they start making their own stuff. It's kind of like that with transcribing. You know, you make like other like people's songs, like you recreate it until you start making your own songs. I assume you have a Twitch. Mind if I follow? Of course, yes. My Twitch is very active. My YouTube is not. My YouTube is always dead. Most people who are on my YouTube end up converting over to Twitch anyways because of how dead my YouTube is. Which makes my YouTube more dead in hindsight, you know. It just kind of is an endless cycle, but I ain't complaining. My main platform is Twitch, so I don't care. YouTube is a side platform that I have just in case someone finds me up there, which sometimes people do. Sometimes they do. Yeah, but my other stream got copyrighted, and I was like, oh, that's kind of good, though. Making notes. What are you making notes of? What are you making notes of? My last stream was really fun though. The one I did yesterday. I was really happy that I could play a game on stream and my viewers stuck around. Usually if I game, everybody leaves. Like I switched to become a just chatting streamer because in the past when I would like play any games, my viewership would get cut in half. So if I had like 10 people watching, I would turn a game on and it would jump down to like 4 or 5. If I had 20 people watching, I'd turn a game on and it jumped down to like 9, you know? So I switched to doing just chatting since people never really, because I can talk a lot, but also people seem to like that more. So it was, I guess it's like a win-win, you know? I don't mind talking and also you guys seem to like listening. But yesterday I played Kirby Air Riders, a game I really wanted to play, and people stuck around. Can you believe it? I played a game and people watched it. I was like, whoa. I was looking at like the viewership while I was playing a game. I was like, this is so bizarre. Can't remember the last time I played a game people stuck around. Well, that's not true. The only other game I can play that will draw in new people and people will stick around is if I play Minecraft. So it's Minecraft. Oh, it's you. Hello. Hello, Shell. I found you through I found you through YouTube, so why not let me convert? Okay, go ahead. Hey, Shell, welcome. But yeah, the only games I can play, it seems, that don't drop my viewership is Kirby Air Ride, probably because Kirby has so much going on in it. Like it's very high energy, hyperactive, and it is, and Minecraft, mostly because probably Minecraft is super popular. I'm going to apply to be a part of this Minecraft group though. There's a Cobblemon Minecraft server for Vtubers. That's the brewing, and I'm going to apply to be a part of it. And Cobblemon it's the mod that adds Pokemon characters to a world, and they said they're gonna have like gym leaders, like be like actual VTubers and stuff, and I'm like, that's so cool. I would love that concept, so I want to join. I'm not very good at it though. I'm gonna have to make some Cobblemon friends, some very good and close Cobblemon friends, so they can teach me the ropes. My teacher model's so fire. I'm gonna show it to my mom once she wakes up. Yes! I actually really like this. Neon designed this whole outfit, by the way. She designed it and she made it on my model. Because fun fact, my model artist, she went poof. She does not take commissions anymore. My model artist completely closed all commissions. Because back when I was still marching band themed, a lot of people didn't know I was a marching band dog. And it was causing a lot of like discourse. People were like, oh, well, you don't look like a marching band dog, or you gotta design your OC better. So I was like, okay, I'm going to add a little bit of detail to my model so that it looks more marching bandy. So I reached out to this lady in like July, like early July. I was like, hey, would you be able to like edit this part of my model so that it looks more marching band like, so that people know what I'm supposed to be, right? And she was like, sure, I could do it for free. I was like, oh, really? For free? She's like, yeah. They're not big edits. It won't take too long. I'll get started next week. And I was like, perfect. And then next week came and I was like, hey, you said you're going to edit my model? Yeah, what happened? And she disappeared. And I was like, okay. 2 weeks later, I say again, hey, you're supposed to edit my model? What happened? Nothing. Then 1 week after that, I was like, hey, you haven't responded to any of my messages. This is the last time I'm asking, or I'm just going to find somebody else. Basically is what I said. And then she was like, oh, hey. And then once I had to put that like ultimatum in there, and she was like, oh, hey, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to. It's fine. I'll do it next month, okay? And I was like, okay, cool. So I just got more busy. I took a small hiatus, and I was like, all right, cool. Next month comes. Guess what happens? Hello, you're supposed to be editing my model. What happened? Gone. And then I poked her one more time. I was like, hey, like another week later, I poked her one more time. I said, hey, you gonna edit my model or? And then I look, and that was the day that like her commissions were all closed. And then like a few months later, she said permanently closed, no more. So that was something. So yeah, I don't have a model artist anymore. So Neon designed this outfit She drew it, she colored it, she did everything, which I think she did a good job. I think it matches really well with my previous artist's art style, so it doesn't look out of place or weird or anything. So that's pretty cool. So I'll have to go to Neon from now on for any model edits. Probably no new hairstyles though. I feel like hairstyles, I might try it at some point, but I feel like hairstyles are very hard to replicate like art styles of. So we'll see how that looks if like Neon were to, for example, like give me a new art style, hairstyle, since I have used like a new artist now, since the other artist fell out the face of the earth. And I really like this model. I ain't gonna let this model go just because the artist disappeared. It's really pretty. It's like, this is a really pretty model. I really don't want another one. I really don't. I can't imagine a model that looks better than this one, in my opinion. Like, I just really like it. Do you know why you don't punch ducks in cement mixers? Because it leaves quacks in the pavement. Sorry, that was supposed to be a duck laughter. I don't think I did a very good job replicating ducks. Yeah, the other day I accidentally like Kotaru like accidentally like tickled me, and I let out such a loud noise. I sounded like I was quacking. I literally sounded like I let out the loudest little quack. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just quacked on accident. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to quack like I wish I could replicate like the random sounds that I accidentally do. If I trip and fall, or like if someone tickles me or something, you know. My throat is like, ugh. I'm probably going to end stream soon, because of my throat. And I'm getting a little tired too, a little iffy. I have been raising my voice a lot more with my class this past week, and you know, the more you raise your voice, the more tired your voice gets, the harder it is for your, you know, for your vocal cords to stay in one piece. So I do need to rest my voice. I've been raising my voice a lot more this week because a lot of teachers have been absent this week. And if a teacher gets absent, the kids, if the sub doesn't pick up, the kids get dispersed to your class. And just having like one extra kid in your class can throw off everything, especially depending on the child. Even if you get like one extra kid that's quiet, for some reason the kids just start acting crazy because there's a new person in the room, you know. Which means you have to end up having to raise your voice more, and you're trying to fight your class. And yeah, this week I've just been projecting my voice a lot more. Doesn't help that I got like observed like 3 different times this week too. This week has been a lot, so it's been a lot on my voice in particular. So I do need to rest it. That's why I've been clearing my throat all the time. My throat hurts today. My throat was hurting yesterday too. And then I decided to play Kirby, and I started like yelling and screaming into the microphone, and I made it 10 times worse, of course, because I'm literally screaming. Yeah, it was not good. My throat was really hurting yesterday, but I get so heated when I play that game. Like I can't play Kirby Air Riders without screaming into the microphone a few times. It got so bad that Kotaru, he's learning how to speak Chinese. He's been taking Chinese lessons for years. All right, he was upstairs on like the phone with his Chinese like tutor, because he gets virtual lessons. And the lady, it was so loud the lady could hear me, and she was asking, she's like, hey, is that your girlfriend? And he was like, yeah, because apparently he told me that they know, like his tutors know that his girlfriend's a streamer. So it was not a shock when they heard me yelling. I was yelling a lot yesterday. I think I was at my loudest when like that giant machine spawned and he ran me over, and I was like yelling. I was like, help me, help me. I was yelling as loud as I could. Yeah, that did not do good for my throat at all. Anyways, y'all, I think it's time. I do need to rest my voice. I've been using it too much this week. I need to work on speaking a lot more quietly this week. That's my goal for this upcoming week. I haven't had this issue in a while, actually. Fun fact. In the past, I mean, I had it a lot last year, but this year I've been like very intentional on using a quieter voice when talking at my job. But this week, oh, I was not doing a good job of that this week. Those kids were eating me alive this week, y'all. They were. You're late to class. Go, 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 go. All right, is anyone live? Oh, Claire is live. What is she playing? Fire Emblem. Claire is playing Fire Emblem. Yes, Claire is live. We'll raid Claire. Hey, Beast! Welcome to Puppy Academy. You're late to class? Oh, you mean you're late to this class? Okay. I'm like, go, go, go. You are late. Class is over. Class is over. I'm about to send my class on a field trip to Claire's channel. Class is over, Fred. I'm sorry. I'm ending a little bit early because my throat hurts. Hey, it's nice to meet you too. Yeah, I'm ending stream a little bit early today because of my throat. I said it a few minutes ago, but I've had to raise my voice a lot more this week than I normally do. Just because a lot of kids have been getting dispersed to my class, and I've been getting observed a lot this week, so I've been like, everyone guys get in line, you know, so we can do, you know. So I have definitely been doing a lot more speaking, and my throat hurts. And it was hurting yesterday, and I decided to play a game that had me yelling even more. I just ain't feeling it today. My throat is not happy. It's not happy. I need to rest my voice. But I appreciate you guys for coming. We're going to rate Claire. She's in the Vtuber group that I started. It's called Rame. I always raid Rame members before I raid anyone else, because that is my group. I am the owner of this group. They're all SFW streamers. Not all of them are 13 up streamers, but they all are they all make wholesome content. So I need some water and some sleeps. I ain't getting some sleep. I'm about to go to the mall, honestly. I need to buy a dresser. All right, I haven't had a dresser in my house at all since like my parents moved out. They took some furniture with them. I haven't had a dresser. I've been living out of clothes baskets, and I need to buy clothes because it's winter, and I don't have any sweaters right now, so I've just been cold. Yes, malls exist still. Anyways, bye guys. Bye. I got to run errands. I also need to clean the house. Cleaning the house is very important. But sayonara, and I hope you guys have a good day, okay? I'm from Instagram. Oh, I'm so sorry. We're ending stream now. I'll see you next time, okay? I'll be here next Friday, and Saturday, and maybe Tuesday. We'll see how it goes. Bye, guys.